My name is Jimmy Smith, and this is my son Spencer Smith, and we farm in Elk City, Oklahoma. It's western Oklahoma, and our main deal is cotton. And we've been no-till cotton for roughly 20 years, and we have found that with the cover crops, it really helps our operation. A few years ago, we used to always interseed our cotton with these modified grain drills to go in between the rows, but years after years seemed like the cotton varieties have progressed so much that we have better cotton, and we were doing a lot of damage to our crop. So 2 years ago we went to broadcasting rye, cereal rye in our crop, and we started with this machine right here. Really it's a fertilizer applicator, but it's tall enough that it won't do any damage to the cotton. So we've got it set on 40-inch rows. That's what our row spacing is. And it takes roughly 12 rows, which is the same as our planter. So
it's PTO-driven, run what, 540?
Yeah, it's on 540, and we run probably 6 to 7 mile an hour with it. So we can cover a lot of ground, plus it holds a lot of seed, where our grain drills that we had, you know, they didn't hold maybe 30 bushels, so we were filling up all the time. Where this one here, we can cover a lot of acres. It's very efficient and very easy and doesn't do any crop damage, which was the main thing. We've used cereal rye in our farm with my parents, my grandparents, probably for 60 years. And the main thing we did it was just to keep the ground from blowing, of the erosion, because we have pretty sandy ground and we have gobs and gobs of wind. So we needed to stop that issue. Plus we do graze some of it. Let's see, our cereal rye, we use mostly Maton rye, is what we do. And with this, we'll put out about 1.25 bushels.
With our modified grain drills, we were doing roughly 1 bushel, is roughly what we were doing.
We have found that since we went to the broadcast seeder here, we have, you know, of course now we have rye in the row itself, which helps us as far as water infiltration, keeps moisture there when we're planting. Plus, we don't have near the weed issues that we did. Where we got bare ground, we got weeds. And that's getting to be a big, big problem everywhere.
And now, if you notice the runoff with the water running out of the field, if you notice, it's clear. It's not your red water coming out of the field, so that's also nice. Also, a few years ago, we had like what they call it, the 100-year flood right in our area, right prior to planting. Well, the farms that were conventional tilled, my gosh, they had terraces broke, and it was a nightmare. Where we had cover crops, we didn't have any issues at all. Worked great.